I am really hoping that this is going to be the last video working on Raiden, because even though my Raiden is not built horribly, she has a decent build. She's not doing a ton of damage, and I would like to fix her build. Mainly her artifacts, which aren't horrible, but are lacking a lot of ER, and we are kind of running the wrong stats. We don't really want to run ER, attack, crit. The other thing we can also do to get her hopefully doing a little bit more damage is getting our Furina to C2, because C2 will give Furina more fanfare so she can do more damage buffing, and my Raiden team generally consists of what you're seeing now. So C2 Furina is going to be very, very useful, which, luckily enough, she is on the banner right now. We have 48 pulls here, as well as 8 already, and we're at 15 pity, if I remember correctly. Yes, and we are on a 50-50. We also have 10 standard pulls. So let's start off with the standard pulls, which we do see a 5-star in standard banner. We want like a Gene, a weapon, a Chi-Chi, I don't really care. I forget if I consider her a support or not. I do. I have a list on my phone of the characters I consider, and she is a support. That's good. She's usable. Dory. That actually is good because I can build DPS Dory. Another Dory, okay. And a Favonius Warbow. You know what? That's quite the pull. I quite like that. Let's jump over to Furina's banner and bring home Furina nice and early, really easily, win the 50-50, call it a day. Raiden does big damage now. The first 10 pull is a 4-star. We get the Favonius Lance and Charlotte, which is good because Charlotte is usable because she heals and does cry damage buffing or whatever she does. 45 pity now. Still no early 5-stars. I would really like an early 5-star, but that's not appearing like it's going to be the case. We do see a Mika, that is good. So now on to either 65 or 75 pity. I'm pretty sure this is 65 pity. We see Chongyun, he is not usable. So now this should be 75 pity, I'm pretty sure. Do we see a 5-star? We do see a 5-star. Okay, let this be C2 Furina. It's really late in the pull. It's like the last pull. Yes! Good. Awesome. Thank you. I like that. C2 Furina has now been acquired. That is perfect. I will now buy all of these because why not? I just realized we have quite a bit of pity on weapon banner and we have 10 pulls. So we might as well attempt to get Furina's signature weapon. There's a 5-star. Let's go for Furina's signature weapon. There we go. It's as easy as that. It's just that easy. Well, that went way better than I thought. Awesome. Thank you very much. Well, now, not only do we have our Furina at C2, which is going to increase damage of everyone by a lot, as well as increasing her max HP, but we can now also run Furina on her signature weapon, which is nice because I always have to swap Mist-Splitter around to different people. Well, that now means I probably should level this weapon up a little bit, which we unfortunately are not going to be able to do, and that is not open today. Do I have, like, the higher grades of them? We do. We don't have a ton of them, but we do. Okay, so we're just missing the lowest grade, which is open tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, which could be interesting because I could go and farm it tomorrow. This video doesn't need to be out tonight, but Cyclone I mentioned last video is supposed to hit tomorrow. It got pushed back more, so that could be interesting. I think what I'll do is we'll work on Raiden today, and then if the Cyclone hasn't hit and I do have time, then I will farm for Furina's weapon stuff tomorrow, and we can get Furina's weapon up to level 90 hopefully, or somewhat leveled up. We'll just kind of see how it goes. So now let's work on the Raiden Shogun. So she's already at level 90 and everything else is fine. I could possibly push these talents up. However, that is not open today. That is open yesterday. Awesome. And unless Sucrose gives me a lot of luck, I don't think I will be able to craft up enough of them. But it would be nice if I could get her burst up to level 10. Although it's not Sucrose, it is Layla that is going to be doing that. And Layla does actually give us 2 bonus. Thank you very, very much, Layla. I can now get the Raiden Shogun's burst up to level 10. Boom, crown that one. That is like the one skill that I wanted to crown for ages, because that is what's buffing all of Raiden's damage. And there is no point doing the skill because it's whatever it is caps at level 9. And obviously normal attacks are completely useless. So, there is talents done. My Raiden is at C1. She is running Primordial Jadewing Spear because it is a little bit better than the catch. The catch is pretty good. I obviously don't have it at R5, but even at R5, Primordial is going to be a little bit better as long as we can have a decent amount of ER from artifacts, which is going to be our next problem, and probably the biggest problem, because I need pieces with ER and crit stats, and even though that piece has more crit stats, this piece has ER, so I'll swap to that piece. The same goes for this piece. It does have a little bit less crit rate, but it has ER, so we're going to swap to that. Now here, ER is definitely preferred if you're running her signature. I'm pretty sure otherwise attack percent is better. I could be wrong about that, but Chevrolet's piece is attack percent with ER and double crit, so it will work. Then over here, we want electro damage bonus, and finally, we want crit damage. Now, I don't really have too many crit damage pieces. They are all not great. So unless this piece rolls crit rate, which it does, okay. We are playing a risky game here with 2 defense stats. It is not my favorite piece, but it will have to do. So we can run an off piece on the goblet now. Yeah, we don't really have too many pieces, so I might just steal Kujo-Sara's for now. So we now have 21,000 HP, 2,000 attack, 60 to 179. She does have 216 ER, which is good. We do want that sort of ER. That's a good amount of ER for Raiden. So let's go try it out. I don't really know what to expect, but we will just kind of see what happens. And I think that this is going to be the best team we could run, possibly. The other option is we swap Kazu out for Shalonen, which could also work, but I think Kazu is going to be just slightly better. I could be wrong though, so let me know in the comments what you would run team-wise. I don't want to run a Dendro team because I already have my Cookie Dendro team, so I'm kind of looking at like a hyper carry Raiden team. So we'll just kind of see what this does, and I'll try it out with Shalonen as well. What we also have now is C2 Furina. So I think I did everything wrong, but we hit 120k. And now we are hitting like 20Ks, 18K, 30K right at the end there. I'm not too sure if that was good or not, but it was certainly something. What I would like to try out now though is this same team, except we're going to swap out Kazu for Shalonen. Also now with Furina's signature weapon, Furina should be doing more damage, which means that we can have even more damage on this team. I don't know if I'm doing rotations correctly, but oh well. Raiden burst does, I didn't see, but now we are doing 27Ks, 20Ks. That was definitely more damage because it dropped down to like 17 or 19K with Kazuha, and the lowest I saw there was 20K. So this is definitely a better build. I'm pretty sure it is better than the other build we had her on, but just to check that, I will swap her over to that build, which now puts your stats at 63 to 193 to 221 ER. So stat-wise, this is a better build, but we are probably not running the correct main stats. We'll see though if those main stats do affect this build a lot by doing a really quick damage test. Okay, so we do Furina, 2 Furina again, then we do a Shalonen, boom, do that one, Benny Boy, and finally Raiden. And now we are seeing 16K, 26K, 20K, 18K, 28K. I did see some lower numbers there, and the highest numbers were about the same as the previous build. So I do think having better main stats is better than having slightly better substats, so I will swap her back to the build we originally had her on. I think that this will be better in the long run as long as I can fix the artifacts, which I don't need to do too much to, but I do need more crit damage on the sands, the flower, the goblet, and I'd like some more crit rate on the circlet. The feather is pretty good. It would have been nice to have a little bit more crit rate on it, but it's a solid piece. In terms of main stats, it's good. It's just the substats that could use a little bit of work. We still do hit some pretty nice damage, so it's good enough for now. It's just going to be artifact farming to fix this build. But this video was less about building Raiden and more of an excuse to pull for C2 Furina. But I was also looking around and I did realize that I did need to fix my Raiden build. And because I don't really know what I'm doing, I might as well make that a video so you guys can correct me when I inevitably do something wrong. I want to use your skill before I do everything else, because I'm pretty sure that is the correct rotation. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do. And burst, boom, 150k. And now we see 30ks, 20ks, more 20ks. Now, that was some good stuff. I like what I saw. 150k on the burst is definitely better than with Kazuha. Again, I would like to fix her build a little bit, but that's artifact farming, so who knows how that's going to go. So that's now basically everything done with Raiden. The next problem is Furina and her weapon. Not so much Furina herself, more just her weapon, which I need to farm for, and I will not be able to do that today because it is not open, and we may or may not be able to do it tomorrow. I will probably at least be able to farm it tomorrow, whether that's just on my phone or whatever. If the power dies or something, I will probably be able to farm it. Making a video on it might be a different story, so I will see. I have tomorrow and the next day before this video needs to come out, so if I can get it all done, and I can farm on my phone or whatever, and I can record it and finish editing it, then I will do that. If not, this will probably be the end of the video. Tomorrow and the next day could be a little bit messy. So if all goes to plan, I will see you tomorrow or the next day. Okay, it is now the next day. Luckily, the storm has held off a little bit, which is good. I have a little bit of time now. Not much, but a little bit. So I have already gone and done all the farming, and we can now bring this weapon all the way to level 90. Because we were only missing the lowest grade drops. We had all the blues, all the purples, and enough of the purples to craft up the golds. So I was just missing those lowest grade, which should make this really easy. I should just be able to throw this all the way up to level 80 and 90 pretty easily. And just like that, there is level 90. Boom. Weapon is done. I did also realize I could get one of her talents up, but we are out of Mora, and that's going to be kind of hard to get. So that's fine, I'll farm more Mora, but I also kind of want to farm more of her stuff as well so I can get both her skill and her burst crowned, because I have enough crowns. I am definitely not lacking crowns, and I use Furina in every team, so I would like to get both of those up. But now Furina is done. 42,000 HP, 73 to 204. Very nice. I would like to go quickly test her out. I have her a Mist Splitter right now because I want to get a base damage, and then I can go and do her signature weapon. Now for this, I'm just going to put together a team like that. That will do. It'll give Furina enough buffing to actually see some relatively large damage. So rotations, I don't really know, but I'd assume Furina, Shalonen, Bennett, Kazuha, and then do like Furina's skill after that or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do this. We'll do that. I probably should have done Furina's skill, but that's fine. Do that one. Boom, burst, and Furina's skill. We see 45k, 37k, 23k there, 42k. That was 4,000. Was that 134k? And now we're hitting like 13 and 7ks with no buffing. Okay, I saw some quite large damage in there. So now let's increase that damage even further. Because not only are we getting 40% or 44% more crit damage, we are also getting a elemental skill damage increase and whatever else her weapon does. So straight off the bat, let's just run this. No buffing. What are we doing? I see a 19k, 15k, 8ks, 9ks. Yeah, another 19k there, 12k. So already more damage without using buffs. Okay, so now with her signature weapon, we are going to hopefully do some really big damage. Do that. It's exact same rotation as last time. Boom, skill. Is that a 97k already? 60k, 47k, 29k, 53k, 80k. Yeah, that's a lot more damage. I think it's like a 90k on that very first hit. And then we hit like a pretty average like 50 or so k. Her weapon really did some good stuff. So I'm very, very happy we have that now. Furina is going to hopefully be able to almost carry the Raiden team. Because now the sort of big support character in the Raiden team is almost doing more damage than Raiden herself. Raiden does more damage on her initial hit of the burst, but otherwise Furina is doing a lot more damage. We should be able to clear Abyss a little bit easier now because Furina can help with the damage and not just add like 20ks here and there. She can do like 40ks, 80ks, 50ks, all that stuff. So I am very, very happy. This is a very lucky episode. We got C2 Furina, we got Furina's weapon. Raiden's doing more damage, Furina's doing more damage, and the power didn't go out and I can get this video done before a cyclone hits me. That is perfect. Exactly what we like to see. So with that being said, I am going to leave it here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, go check out the last Raiden building video where I put her in a team with Chevrolet and made a bit of an overload team. And with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Good. Bye.